You know what I keep thinking about, John? Is that recording that you made when you're like, you keep walking around with your coochie out, you're going to make me spray clown.
I made so many of them. The other thing I've been saying is she gives good trail.
That's good.
Yeah.
Did you make that up, or is that like a thing?
I made that up. I kept saying it to my brother, and
he thought it was a real thing.
He didn't laugh at all at it. Thought it was really good.
What did you say about giving up that Groucho?
I think you were talking about someone with thick eyebrows.
That girl's eyebrows.
Welcome to the Fantasy Cast podcast, where three grown men pass the time by telling each other their deepest, darkest fantasies. Here we go.
What's up with y'all?
Man, not much. What's going on with you, Mike?
You guys staying horny?
Always.
Oh yeah.
Love, peace, harmony. I love it. Spread joy. Spread warmth.
Yeah. So, John, you think that a woman having a bunch of nicotine patches is sexy?
Yeah, it shows that she, cares.
Mm-hmm. A strip of cutting scars, one arm. Nicotine patches, the other.
Yeah. How old is this person?
Mid-30s.
Oh, you saw someone like this in real life?
No. This is just a hypothetical situation.
So she's at the age where you got to think about quitting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's cool.
What age did you say?
I sent John a text.
45?
No, 35. 35.
35.
Yeah, he asked me if finding 4 nicotine patches on a woman's ass would be sexy. And I think it is.
Why the bottom, though,
Yeah. Well, it was the reveal. I think that it would make it sexy or not. The scenario was the woman sitting on the corner of the bed, presenting to John,
mm-hmm.
and he pulls down trowel
mm-hmm.
To find 4 nicotine patches on her cheeks.
4 slappers, huh?
Yep. And I think John is absolutely right in that it's sexy because it's showing that she's trying to, make her life healthier. She probably just came from the doctor earlier that week, and the doctor's like, "Listen, you got to quit smoking. It's making you sick."
She's taking her health back, and I like that.
Yeah, blood pressure's through the roof. Yeah.
So she's motivated to change, and that's very sexy.
Yes.
That's where you step in.
Yeah.
That's where I come in and do my thing.
Offer them the world.
Yeah.
Show them the world, and then offer it to them.
Mm-hmm. John never leaves the bedroom without making somebody feel a little bit sticky. A little sticky.
You're either going to get 8 hours of sleep, or you're going to get a little bit nasty.
Mm-hmm.
I made a Jack and Coke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gonna get a little loose, huh?
Yeah, why not? I think I'm also calling off work tomorrow.
Why?
Oh.
I worked the past 2 Sundays, so I have a bunch of overtime hours, and I don't want to go in.
Trying to make that money for that birthday party, huh?
That's right. My boss has a really terrible back pain. She's like keeled over, and she also has like a rash on her entire body, and she refuses to go to the doctor.
Oh.
Yeah, and everyone's like, this could be something really bad. And she's like, it's not. It's these vitamins I was on. And everyone's like, it's not.
It sounds like something's fucked up with her kidney or something.
Yeah. Something really bad.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So yeah, I'm not going in.
No, you don't want to be around that. You don't want to catch whatever she's got.
Right.
Sounds like the ultimate case of the cooties.
What you been up to, Mike?
Well, it's No Nut November, so I've been trying to keep a clean mind. I'm all about positivity now, being clean, being focused, being sharp, showing self-respect, showing self-love. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you made it? 8 days into, what is this, 9 days in November?
Have I nutted? No, I haven't nutted.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Well, I think...
It's pretty easy if you're in a loveless relationship.
Oh, so you're not just trying to not jack off, you're just not nutting, period.
It's just a coincidence that I'm not nutting during No Nut November because my partner and I are in a death match. Like a long form game of chess where one of us is going to die by the end of the month. It has nothing to do with the thing on the internet. I'm assuming it's about Twitter guys who don't have strong father figures and feel alienated. A stronger boy on the internet told them not to masturbate for a month.
Yeah. An older kid.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to talk about there's kind of the flip side of that is the No Normal November. So
that sounds awesome. What is that?
So No Normal November is where you commit to doing something sexually that you've never done before, you know? So it could be like switching up genders, trying a new kink out, doing whatever. And it's just a commitment for the whole month of November to try something new. It's great. It's all for charity. You like
videotape it and like sell it, then you give them money to charity?
No. You just, you post about it and you post a link and you can donate to this.
Like where you pledge money for someone like walk around?
Yeah,
or whatever. It's like if I walk this long, you give me this much money.
Exactly. So here's a perfect example.
Or you can make up any amount of whatever.
Yeah. So my thing is I haven't done a cum tribute, so I wanted to do a cum tribute, and I actually want to talk to John about this because I wanted to do one on his channel, on his cum tribute channel. And so I would do that. I would post the link to it and a little blurb about it, and I'd be like, "Hey everybody, I'm doing hashtag No Normal November, and it's to try something different and to normalize sexual experimentation. Here's a link to it, and it's all for charity."
That's cool.
So people donate, and the money goes to this charity.
What's the charity?
It's an organization where when like a Super Bowl team loses, they send all the shirts to like another country that needs clothes.
Ghana has like I'll say like the other team won.
Yeah, so like if the losing team, they print out a bunch of shirts for them, so they'll send it to like a country where they don't have a lot of clothes. So the No Nut charity buys a bunch of weapons for rebels in those countries, and helps fund different revolutions around Central Africa, South America, Southeast Asia, like
neo-Nazis and stuff to fight neo-Nazis to fight them.
They don't
to fight neo-Nazis in like Africa and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're mostly or
terrorists in Africa.
Small communist regimes need to be ousted or run out of a country. They'll arm a militia to go in there and stomp them out. So it's really helping stabilize the world in a lot of ways.
That just came up with a good idea.
And I saw a really good sale on a electric powered lawnmower. I was going to do at Lowe's, and I was going to do a cum tribute to it, and put it up on John's site. So, if that's cool with you, John.
That is not normal.
Fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
that is pretty wild.
John, have you what kind of I haven't tuned in a while. What kind of cum tributes you've been doing lately?
I've been doing. Did you see Sydney Sweeney's mom's birthday party?
No.
You hear about this?
Yeah, I saw it.
She had like her mother had a birthday party, and it was like
She was dressed up like a Klansman or something.
It was like MAGA themed.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Right.
Everyone's wearing red. They had like red hats with things on written on the top, and
yeah,
I've busted out a few to that, and I put them up on my site.
Oh, nice. Nice.
My come tribute site.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
because it's. I bet the comments were off the chain for those, huh?
Yeah.
I like how stripped down your site is. It's like you click on it or you load it up. It's like the first image. It's like it's an all black background, and it just a close up of your face beat red and just
It's
so
simple.
sweaty.
Yeah.
It's the first thing you see. Like you can feel your hot breath on you when you open up the web page.
The eyes follow you around the room.
I used Wix for that.
Oh yeah, they make
Yeah.
it easy as fuck.
They make it so easy. It's free domain. It's drag and drop builder. It's got a built-in blog. You can sell it on social. Unlimited products, appointment scheduling, automated sales tax, advanced shipping. It's incredible.
Did you guys hear about the ex-Playboy model who signed a plea deal and beating death of psychiatrist found in a car trunk?
No.
Is this the girl in Texas?
Kelsey Turner maintains her innocence but will plead guilty to second-degree murder. Former Playboy model Kelsey Turner's entered a guilty plea deal for her role in the killing of California psychiatrist Dr. Thomas Burchard, but maintains her innocence according to Clark County, Nevada. Records and locals report. Turner, 28, and her boyfriend, 30, John Logan Kennison, were arrested in 2019 after authorities found Burchard's body stuffed in the trunk of an abandoned car on State Route 147 near Lake Mead outside Las Vegas on March 7, 2019. Police say Burchard, 71, traveled from California to Las Vegas, where Turner was located at the time, to end their 2-year relationship in which he apparently gave her an allowance to fund her lifestyle, totaling an estimated $300,000, Fox 13 Las Vegas reported. Turner and Kennison are accused of beating Burchard with a baseball bat and hiding his body in the trunk of Turner's Mercedes. Turner entered a plea deal of Clark County District Court as part of a bargain in which she's maintaining her innocence but will plead guilty to second-degree murder. Her next court appearance is slated for Tuesday, Fox 13 reported. Kennison pleaded guilty in June to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 18 to 45 years in prison, according to Las Vegas Review-Journal. The couple's roommate, Diana Pina, who pleaded guilty in 2019 to be an accessory to murder, testified that she witnessed Kennison hit Burchard with a baseball bat in their Las Vegas home on 7474 Puritan Lane. You guys got to check the story out.
It sounds like so this doctor was giving her financing her lifestyle.
Yeah, like 300. What was the allowance here? It's quite a lot of money.
$300,000.
And this woman is a knockout.
I bet he was on some Dr. Feelgood shit too. I bet she was all fucked up on Adderall. Hit him with a baseball bat.
He looks like an absolute wiener. Hold on a second. You got to look at this picture, though, for real.
Do you want to share your screen?
Can I share screen? Can I share my screen?
I got to give you permission.
You got to see it. This is so funny. Look at this guy.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
Do you see him?
Yeah, he looks like
He's adorable.
He looks Amish.
It's cute.
Yeah. So cute.
He's got, nerd glasses, a tight little beard, bald head, bow tie, purple bow tie, and he's got like a smug little smile and like rosy nose and rosy cheeks.
Yeah.
He looks like a professor.
Looks like old Saint Nick.
Yeah, he looks like the
He looks like a professor at the Cookie Institute.
Yeah.
Like he would train the Keebler elves how to make the best cookie.
Yeah, he's like a teacher at a high, like that's overseeing a high school detention that falls asleep in his chair and everybody sneaks out.
Okay, sorry, I got distracted with that story.
That's a hell of a story.
John was doing cum tributes. Oh, you said I think you missed a. I lost the thread. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Where are we at? What's going on?
Well, I know that, so we're doing the Fantasy Cast podcast here. It's Mike and John, and today I was thinking about doing the theme being danger. So how are you guys going to integrate danger into spin it into some kind of erotic tale? So how are you going to integrate the dangerous, the living on the edge, the pushing physical safety to the absolute limit as part of a sexual arousal?
Danger. It's thrilling.
Thrill.
Wow. Let's just spitball some just concepts really quick.
I've been thinking about one having to do with swimming with sharks.
Swimming with sharks, that's a good one.
I know John was talking about a prison one.
Prison one, love in an elevator. Sleeping with the farmer's daughter.
Yep. Happy trigger finger on some of those guys. Yeah. Try not to let them catch you stealing any of their daughter's honey pie. You know,
that country pie. Yum yum yum.
Wake up with some buckshot.
Licking my plate clean.
Buckshot in your
Picture
asshole.
me holding that plate vertical. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's me, dude. I'm a dirty boy. Other dangerous scenarios, hostage situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got me good.
Yeah. Playing in traffic. You know, like walking, like you're tightrope walking, but you're walking along
road rage,
the dotted lines of a freeway. You know, like you're on the 401 or whatever in LA, and you're just like, no, just whatever, jacking off or getting a blowjob or playing with your own ass. But
let's play.
What's that?
No, nothing. I said ass play. I don't know. This is a stupid thing to say.
Yeah, ass play. So, I don't know if you guys want to jump in with anything. If not, I have something.
Yeah, why don't you go?
All right. So, I'm in South Africa, right? Cape Town. I ran away from my life here in the States to start a new life in the Point of Africa. And I got a job doing charter ships out to see the pretty massive great white shark population they have out there. So rich people will hire me to go and show them where the sharks are, and then we lower them down in a gigantic steel cage, and they get to swim with the sharks in, you know, relative safety. Still very dangerous because, you know, these we're talking like 2-ton killing machines here. Have been alive for ages. Smarter than most humans. 6 rows of teeth. And, you know, if they really wanted to, could probably bite directly through the boat. So there's a strong element of danger, but be it as it may, this is the life I've chosen for myself. So, one sunny afternoon, I take a boat full of tourists out to see some great white sharks, and there's a fat American guy with his wife, and he's from like Nebraska, but he owns a bunch of farms, so he makes pretty good money. There's a athlete. He's a soccer player for like a Brazilian soccer team. There's a crypto playboy guy who's got a couple of just absolute bombshell Eastern European models with him. And there's just an old money guy that just went there by himself, smoking a cigar with like dark mirror sunglasses that clearly went on some kind of illegal poaching expedition the day before, and he kept hinting at it to everybody. He'd be like, "Did you ever taste elephant?" you ever taste there's a part of the elephant that tastes really good that's right behind the tusk, stuff like that. I've heard, kind of hinting at it. So we're all going out there, and we get to the part where the sharks normally are, and I'm like, all right, everybody, so get ready, get your scuba gear on. I'm going to throw some chum in the water, and we're going to wait for these sharks to come around. So I have a big bucket of guts, fish guts, and I throw it in the water. And I'm waiting around. I'm like looking at my watch, and there's no sharks coming. I'm like, what the fuck? This is like a pretty high, I need this to go well. This is like a high-end clientele. I really need this tip. So I go to the captain of the ship. I'm like, fuck, we're going to have to just dump the whole rest of the chum in here. So I take 2-3 more buckets, just dump it in there. Still no sharks, And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to radio back to the Coast Guard. This is kind of like a last ditch effort, but I think it might work. So I get on the radio and I'm like, hey, Coast Guard, this is the tourist vessel, blah, 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 blah. I'm at 38.345 south by 18.865 east. The sharks aren't responding to the chum in the water, so I'm going to have to go ahead and spray clown. And the guy's like, I copy that. He's South African. He's like, copy that. And so I go back out to everybody. I'm like, all right, so here's the deal, folks. No sharks are coming around, but I still have a trick up my sleeve. If I spray clown, the hormones from my nut will most likely attract at least a handful of sharks over here. And so they're kind of looking at each other, and they're like, all right, do what you got to do. So I take my pants off, take my shirt off, take my underwear off, my socks and shoes. I'm completely naked. I'm standing over the starboard side of the boat, and I'm just like playing with my dick a little bit, getting it warm. It's kind of chilly out there, not that bad. And I'm really focusing on trying to get hard. I get hard. I'm holding on to the railing, and I'm like stroking my dick towards the water. And I start to get really focused and trying really hard to get there, thinking of different sexy things that'll arouse me. And I start banging with my fist on the metal of the railing, and I start screaming and smacking myself in the face. And it's because clearly I'm getting frustrated because nothing's happening.
Yeah.
So I'm like, come on. Just being making everybody on the ship very uncomfortable. They're all watching me. One of the beautiful women that's with the crypto guy comes up, and she's like, do you want me to help you? And I'm like, get away from me. And I kick her. She falls down on the boat. I finally think of a time when I was in summer school, and I snuck down to the basement to the bathroom in the basement of my high school, and I had a picture from a porno that my friend gave me that I ripped out of the magazine, and it was really hot. So I was thinking about that time, and it got me to the point of ejaculation, and I bust. The nut just hits the water, and you just see it kind of swirl. And before you can even count to 5, a gigantic shark just comes out of the water and eats the rope, right? And everybody cheers, and so they get into their cage and they do their thing. I'm exhausted, absolutely. I just drained myself out into this ocean. And so while everybody's having a good time, I jump in the water on the other side of the boat, and I start swimming back to shore like Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump, and I just leave them all out there, make it back to shore, and that's it. That's the end of my fantasy.
What are you thinking when you get to shore? You look back at the boat. How do you feel? What's going on? What's going on through your mind?
I feel like maybe this is the last time I'm ever going to step out on a charter boat again. I just feel like the sea broke me. It took everything inside of me to muster up, at the deepest. I had to go into the deepest, darkest vaults of my mind to dig up some kind of sexual imagery, vague, kind of weird image of a memory I had from 20 years ago, just a rope, and it really shook me to my core because that's never happened to me before.
That was the last nugget you had.
I must have sprayed clown 15, 20 times into that ocean. You know, for one reason or another. That time I just traumatized me. I don't know. So I figure at that point I'd probably just hitchhike back to Cape Town, take a bus to Johannesburg, and just start walking out into the African savannah.
Yeah.
And just never come back.
Wow.
Live off the land. South Africa. Diplomatic community.
Blooded diamond.
So that's what I got for you all. Do you like that one, John?
I like that. I love that you sprayed clown.
Something about that day just made it real hard to spray clown, but I did it.
My eyes watering. I think I'm crying.
Your ass crying?
That's a pretty touching story, I have to admit. Usually I don't get sentimental like that, but I'm glad you felt that one too, John.
Damn, you got a 3-day weekend.
No, maybe. I might end up going in.
Oh, man. Sounds great.
Hey, can I make another drink?
Yeah, dude. Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it. All right, be careful.
There's no way in hell John's not taking off work tomorrow. 10 out of 10 shot. Can you imagine him having the whole day to himself? His daughter's at work or at school. His wife's at work.
Oh, man.
He can just do whatever the fuck he wants to himself. He can sit on anything he wants.
Yeah.
Rub anything he wants.
Touch anything, smell anything, taste anything.
Mm-hmm.
Put anything in him, put anything on him. He's not going to work.
No. Any tactile like stimulation that's available to him he could do without hesitation. It's really hard
Sandpaper,
Sandpaper,
rocks, gravel,
ice cubes.
He'd put that in a sock. He'd stick it in his mouth.
Yep. See what it feels like to chew on a handful of uncooked rice. Put a bunch of rice in a balloon. Take a big bite out of it. See how it feels. Yep.
Yeah. A bunch of cinnamon, just dry rice.
Yep. Bump a line of cinnamon off his hand. See what that does to him. John, we're just saying how there's a 0% chance that you're going into work tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going.
Just imagine you having the whole house to yourself for several hours.
But that's the thing. I might have, if I stay home, I'll probably have Gretchen.
Why doesn't she have school tomorrow?
What's that?
There's no school tomorrow?
She has school tomorrow. There's no school. She's not in school. She's in daycare.
Oh, yeah.
She's in preschool, so it's not really, they don't, she just fucking goes there and sleeps, plays a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So I guess it isn't, you're probably better off going to work because then you can take a nap over there.
It'll still be fun, yeah.
Spray clown.
I definitely won't be able to spray clown. I mean, I could, I guess.
Okay, I got one.
Hit us, Mike. Mm-hmm.
Okay, danger. That's a red light you see flashing above your door on the cruise you're on. That's going around some of these Asian countries, those ones that are splattered over there. You know what I mean? Like Thailand, Indonesia, some of these other ones. It's just kind of I lose track of it all,
Mm-hmm.
I can barely keep up with the states here. Anywho, a cruise over there. I'm an American guy, single, Aries, into poetry. Kind of turned out to be an accountant, but had a romantic streak in college where I fancied myself a singer-songwriter along the lines of John Mayer or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Recently got out of a pretty long-term relationship with someone who worked in an office, had glasses and brown hair, and it just didn't work out. She just really wanted to settle down, and it just didn't feel right for me. So I decided to take this cruise. I'm walking around the deck, minding my own business, listening to a 311 CD, and I accidentally bump into a guy, and I say, "Oh, sorry, my friend," and I continue walking. Little did I know that this guy was Australian and on a vacation. Big problem. When Australians go on vacation, they get really drunk, and a lot of them are just in a constant state of blacking out, and they just get really violent and stuff.
Yeah.
It must be because they're all like derived from criminals, and the heat must make them like insane or something.
Yeah,
Who
they're
knows?
degenerates.
There's something wrong with that whole place, and it disgusts me that their minimum wage is like 3 times that of an American. You know what I mean? So you got all these bozos that would normally in America they I don't want to get into it. Okay, so I bump into this guy, and I don't want to get in trouble. They bump into this guy, and he's like, "Hey, mate, that ain't right. Come over here. I want to slip and slap you around a little bit, mate." And I say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Anything? Let me buy you a beer." He's like, "I don't want a beer." You know what I mean? He picks me up, and he's about to throw me off the boat. It's very scary. I find that I have an erection, but that doesn't matter about anything. Well, actually, it does. Actually, I was like, oh shit! I guess I'm turned on by danger coming to play later on. And then he's pulled off by like 10 other guys, and they're like, he didn't know. We saw it. And it turns out this is his family. And I'm like, phew, that was a close one. And he's like, you better watch your back, mate. And I go back, and I go into my shower, and I run cold water, and I can't get rid of the erection, and I just take care of it. Spray rope all over the bottom of the shower or whatever. And then I go to dinner, and I'm talking to people, and they're like, yeah, this Australian family is basically holding the whole boat hostage. There's about 50 of them. They brought all their family. They all work at Walmart in Australia, and they make enough money that they can like travel anywhere they want because the economy is just so much better there because they're so close to China.
Yeah, and they breed like they breed like rats down there.
Yeah. I mean, these guys are breeding all over the country. And because it's so easy to raise children there because everyone's making a lot of money working at Walmart and stuff. It's just crazy.
They all have
so
healthcare. I'm
like, oh Jesus, I better wash my back. I gotta watch my back. These guys are really crazy and wild. Okay. It turns out it's free Margie night that night. I pack it in early. I go to bed, and I'm reading some T.S. Eliot, and I doze off to sleep. Blast a couple ropes at the wall reading T.S. Eliot. So it's really moving. I wake up, and I open up the door, and the door just falls off, and I look out there, and the boat's turned into like a tribal thing. The family, let's call them the Ruskins. They've completely taken over the entire boat, and they're just drunk, and no one knows what they want or what their gripe is. They're just fighting and burning things. They're just acting totally crazy. A woman, I'm looking around, scratching my head, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Out of nowhere, a beautiful woman is running towards me. She's like, can I hide in your room? Can I hide in your room? Can I hide in your room? And I'm like, yeah. You know, she gets in there. We close the door, and she's peeking out the little window. That's like it's a circular window, and it has like little handles on it, like they have on boats and stuff. And she sees a bunch of guys run down the hallway. She's like, those guys were going to kill me. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? She explains to me that the family, the Ruskins, took over the whole boat. And no one knows what they want. They're just completely drunken. They have all this anger, and they don't know what to do with it. And they don't know how to communicate because they barely can read English.
Yeah,
and
nobody can understand what they're saying anyways because they're Australian.
I mean, they don't even know what they want. There's so much turmoil and anger inside of them, and it's a world that just doesn't make any sense. They got all they wanted. It's not enough. They still go to every place they go to on vacation. There's constantly starting brawls and fighting and yelling and stuff, and their faces turn totally red because they're so blonde. You know what I mean? It's like that paper thin skin. Okay, so we sprayed some clown together. She is amazing, beautiful woman. We realized we have shared a lot of interest in poetry and stuff. We have sex a couple times, and then like our bodies are really smelly and sticky and almost like sore to the touch. So we rub ice cubes all over each other, and we get back into it, and we're able to sustain extremely long sexual sessions. You know what I mean? Just panting and just like looking at each other and just like getting into it. You know what I mean? We feel like dumber because we're just not talking or saying or doing anything. You know what I mean? It's complete immersion into another person. It's extremely erotic and arousing, and it's a great feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you travel to another place with someone else and their body. You know what I mean? It's ultimate intimacy.
Yeah.
I find out that she's actually one of the Rushkins, and she said, I should have told you that before. I gotta go. She tries to sneak away. One of the brothers finds her exiting. He and the family of these Australians tie me to a chair in the middle of the dance hall, and they all take turns spraying clown on me, roping on me, spraying clown on me, and they're like, no, you do it. And I'm like, I can't. And they're like, bring out the girl. The girl comes out and she's crying and she's scared. And I'm just like such a mess. And I'm like, I love you. I loved you. I loved you. You know what I mean? She's like, I fucking loved you too, mate. And then we have sex. And she gets on top of me as I'm on the chair and just starts, you know, I'm already aroused because I'm terrified and I get aroused by danger and stuff. So she's able to just start, you know, having sex, and she's just like, look at me. You know what I mean? Look at me right in the eyes. You know what I mean? Stopping me in the face. Stay awake. We're going to make this happen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then I can't do it. So she gets up and then she turns around. She's able to straddle me, reverse cowgirl vertical. So we're doing that. And that's working okay. She bends over, so she's like kind of squatting. It's like kind of a strippery thing, and it's just like everything is revealed. Eventually she turns back, she turns around, and then she's just talking really dirty in my ear. You know what I mean? She's just like, it's like that angry thing I've mentioned before, where you're like, the person is being violent to you, threatening your life, but they're also like encouraging you to spray and rope. So that finally does it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to rope. I pull back. I spray just like a normal amount. One of the brothers comes up, slits my throat, ear to ear. Blood shoots out. And you think I'm going to die, but just then the Marines come and they parachute in and they're able to save me. And I visit the woman behind bars. She beat up like 20 other women, just like there's footage of it, of them just like pulling people's hair and just like twirling around like the casino part of the place. You know what I mean? Just like real like, and then I like look up other videos of her. She's like one of these people that like somehow gets so angry that they jump behind the counter of like a Popeye's chicken and starts like punching like everyone and stuff like that. There's like 3 videos of her like that. Yeah. And that gets me really aroused. And she gets out of jail, and I will take her to different places and just have her start confrontations in fast food places. And then when she comes back, she's really hot and ready to go. And we have sex, different dangerous situations, in really cold temperatures or around like violent people and stuff like that.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
I was actually masturbating the whole time I was telling that story. I didn't realize it.
Oh, really?
That's how comfortable I am with you guys.
Oh, I like that. I like hearing that. I'm glad we can get you to that place.
I like that you said you sprayed and you roped.
I picture it like an Apocalypse Now type situation, you know, where it's just kind of like total chaos.
Yeah.
But in that kind of way, you know.
Yeah, there was a story about some Australian family that, like, there's too many of them. There's them punching people everywhere. On, like, a cruise. I just thought it was so funny. Yeah. A family? Okay, whatever. It's just whatever.
What in that fantasy, like, what was going through your head when you found out that the woman that you roped with was a member of that family?
Well, it's like you get so into a realm with someone, you know what I mean, that you believe you know them. And it's so intense that when that reality, that bubble bursts, it's terrifying. You know what I mean? You don't know. It's hard to describe if you've never been in that situation, but if when that bubble bursts, like, you have to go back to reality, it's extremely shocking. There's nothing to compare to. The only thing you can compare to is if a family member, if you're, if like you're, I don't want to say, if something, you know, I don't want to get into it.
Sure. I think I know what you're talking about.
It's hard. Like, it just, go on.
It's just like you're in this immersed in this kind of like safety cocoon while there's chaos and danger going around you.
Yeah.
And then you find out that the safety that you're experiencing was all, it just gets pulled out right from under you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so that you get that sinking feeling. You're like, man, I'm not safe. I got to find a way to rope my way out of this one.
No, yeah. And then you really see, like, oh, wow, I'm going to die on this boat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you put that kind of pressure on a man, and then make him, like, an entire family of people, like, stomping and chanting in a circle around you, trying to make you bust with one of their family members. No wonder it was hard for you.
I'm still trying to unpack it myself.
Yeah, but you prevailed.
Oh yeah, I got another idea. But yeah, go for it. Go, John, you're up.
Okay. So I work at like an accounting firm my dad owns, and he's like been like greasing the books for like 40 years, and I become like the fall guy, where like it's kind of understood that if something happens, I'm the one that has to take the blame for it. So we're like getting investigated by all these different places. There's like articles about our firm.
Why are you the fall guy?
Just because I'm like the next in line. I'm like the obvious guy to, like, you know, take it. I'm not gonna let my dad do it.
Okay.
So my dad kind of like,
it's a loyalty thing.
Yeah, and he tells me, like, you know, you can probably go away for at least 4 years, and he's like, I think you need to just like get in the gym, start working out, be able to take care of yourself physically if you have to go to prison. So
do that time standing up.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm gonna get a gym pass. He's like, I'm gonna get a gym pass for me and you. We'll go together. And I'm like, okay. So he goes there. He gets a trainer for me. And like, I work out for like a day or two, and then the next day he sees me. I'm just like, I kind of pick like a spot like in the corner, and I'm just kind of sitting there, kind of almost like meditating. And then I do like a wall sit sort of thing, where I'm just sitting up against the wall, and I'm just using my legs, you know,
engaging your quads.
Yeah, yeah. So my trial gets delayed because of COVID. So I'm still at home. So I'm still just like kind of doing like yoga and shit like that at home. So eventually my trial starts, and they put me in like general population, but there's like I'm kind of protected because I'm not necessarily guilty yet. So I got a guy across from me who he's really sweet, and he's just like, you know, be careful in here, like you're the type of guy that just gets fucking annihilated anally every night based on your size and the way you look. And
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm fine. Trust me. Thank you though.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm walking. I'm going to get lunch, and I'm walking, and it's just this sort of gauntlet of men just screaming at me. There's one guy in particular who's like, I'm gonna eat that trail. I'm gonna eat that fucking trail, boy. And I look back at him, and I kind of pull my my pants down a little bit and flash them. I'm wearing like a bright red thong, and I just sort of flash them.
You show him whole?
I don't show him whole. I just show him a little bit of thong, and he's just howling at me.
No tip.
And I'm laughing. You know, I'm laughing at it because I think I'm gonna beat this, and I'm gonna get out of jail in like a couple days.
Yeah.
You're calling them. You're like, you guys are losers.
Yeah,
you're
just
rotting here.
I'm teasing him. I'm a multimillionaire. I'm teasing this man, this fucking animal that's stuck in prison. So, my friend from across the hall talks to me again. He's like, you need to like tone it down. Like, I've seen you around in the showers and stuff like that. I see that you tuck your penis in and you make it look like a pussy.
He's like, don't let him get a hold of them lips of yours.
He's like, you got to stop that. So I go to trial and I'm found guilty immediately. I get sentenced. I'm in there for 6 years. So I no longer have the protection that I had before, and so I'm in my room. My friend looks over at me, and I'm doing that wall sit thing again. I have a stack of books on my legs, like to put more pressure on me. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm just like, "Just don't worry about it." He's like, "All right." There's just like all these really heavy, just encyclopedias, like on my across my knees. So next day I go to the showers, and this guy grabs me and he's gonna try to rape me. And I'm just like, you don't have to do that. He's like, well, you know, what the fuck do you mean? And I'm like, you don't have to do that. I was like, just lay down. So he lays down. I just hover over top of him, put a little shampoo on his penis, and I sit down on his penis, and I squeeze as hard as I can with my ass muscles, because what I've been doing the last 6 months is I've been doing Kegels for my ass.
Oh.
So I sit down, I give him at least 2 pumps.
Right.
And then I squeeze as hard as I possibly can, and it doesn't necessarily rip his penis off, but it no longer works.
You turn around, smile at him.
I start laughing.
You twirl on him.
I sit and spin.
Yeah.
I sit and spin really fast. Finish my shower. I go back to my room. My little buddy was like, that was fucking crazy, man. I didn't know what you were doing there. I was like, yeah, I've been just doing Kegels. And so it's like 11:59. You know, it's almost December 1st. My dude's been celebrating No Nut November. And I look at him and I'm like, hey buddy, I got something for you for helping me out. And he's like, what you got? And I just have my asshole spread up against the bars. And I look back at him. I'm showing hole. I look back at him and I say, go ahead and spray clown. And that's it. He busts a huge fucking wad.
Do you break him off?
That's cool.
I don't break him. No, I don't break him off. I just let him look.
Yeah.
Just let him stare at it. Yeah. He doesn't. He's afraid of it.
I bet that hole is jacked.
It's
I bet
perfect.
that hole is just yoked.
It's perfect.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool if the the neighbor just got more and more afraid of you. Like you came back after doing that to the guy, he like refuses to talk to you, just scare you.
He's just giving me his snacks and shit.
I have to imagine the guy that tried to rape you, that you broke his dick clean off, basically. You snapped it like a guy getting his neck broken. It just like collapsed. It must have felt fucking awesome.
I just picture,
you know, like when a junkie is like, I want to get the dope that like stops my heart. You know what I mean? It like almost kills me. That's what I want.
I picture a water balloon that's been sitting out in the sun. Like his penis is still very large, but the base is just like a piece of paper. There's nothing left in it.
Yeah.
I also picture him. I didn't want to do like a black voice for him. You know?
Yeah,
just didn't seem right.
But
I picture him like Tony Lister.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Zeus.
Who's that?
Zeus, yeah,
Tony
like
Lister.
just a huge guy.
Oh yeah.
Tiny Zeus Lister.
Yeah.
I also think that like word spreads around the jail about that ass, and because even though the guy's dick is broken, he's like, it was fucking fire.
It was
like,
worth it. Was worth it.
That good. And so like throughout the whole rest of your term, guys are like coming up to you and like they want to do it, but then they like bite their hand and walk away. You know, they're afraid of you. It's like you're untouchable in a way that is just so defeating, because they know that like you can have that ultimate bust, but you'll never bust again after that.
Yeah, I'm like a mob guy. But I offer it up every once in a while, you know.
Yeah, that's why you like to show that guy your hole, because I was like, you can have whatever you want out of this, but you know, look but don't touch.
Right.
You know, because you're not showing just everybody your hole. That's why you have that thong on, to cover up your hole.
I was gonna look up today if you actually wear a thong in jail. I don't think you can.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have to make your own.
Yeah, out of you'd like get a toothbrush, you'd shave down, and like weave it into a fabric.
See, you're the kind of guy in jail. You know how like when you like you basically have like other dudes in your stable at a jail, like they walk around holding your pockets.
Yeah,
you ever seen that? You wouldn't do that. I don't think you would be that kind of a guy. You wouldn't be flashy like that.
I'm also getting out, you know. I'll be out soon.
Yeah, you got the whole world waiting for you. I wonder if you're did you have anybody waiting for you on the outside?
There's no one. Mike's profile really fucked me up.
Why is that?
Because you're like,
I just had to look away. I'm just thinking.
Did you
no one's waiting for me on the outside.
Did you just walk out of there? Nobody's there to pick you up?
My dad is there.
Oh, okay.
And he understands now what I was doing.
He takes you to a prostitute, and you just start crying in front of her because you like can't. You just don't understand.
I can't have sex anymore.
Yeah, you don't understand it anymore.
I make her I make her peg me, and I destroy the dildo.
Yeah,
she gets really mad at you because
you're a monster.
Yeah, she gets really mad at you because it was her last dildo.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I had an idea from earlier on. I think it'd be cool if to be like a, maybe you guys could help me with this idea, like being like a sexual Green Beret. You're trained in America and you go to other countries and you go to small villages and stuff and just teach people how to like not be normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get them like you get the guys in a warehouse, you're like training them.
Yeah.
to like express themselves and stuff like that.
To be more effective sexual partners?
Just like spread. It's like an American thing to just spread like sex positivity into other countries.
Yeah. Like hearts and minds.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I like, you know how like State Department will like send an envoy to some country to like build like water purification or something, to like build goodwill. Like you send in a bunch of sexual Green Berets to go to like a remote town somewhere to teach them like to give them like cock rings and other sex toys, and like teach them how to edge and teach them like ass play and stuff like that, and how
like
to like
how to have like a really serious like overly touchy sexual relationship with a partner, where you're constantly touching, one is constantly touching the other.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, yeah, you're just kind of like a milky person. That's like the only thing you got going for you is like you're a part of the sex community, which means like you just talk about it shamelessly in front of people.
Yeah.
Like I want to spread that kind of vibe too.
Yeah.
That vibe.
And you're also extremely unattractive. There's nothing about you that's like,
no, there's something missing behind those glasses.
yeah. Like your understanding of sexuality is academic largely, and any experience that you do have, the person that you would have done it with would also be equally as weird and detached as you.
Yeah,
you know, so like you would. So like you're meeting up in like Berlin, right? With so you just came home from a mission overseas.
Yeah,
you know, you're in like somewhere in Siberia, teaching them how to squirt. You know, you're there teaching some women how to squirt, and you're back from assignment, and you're in like Berlin in a safe house, and they send some other woman just comes back from assignment, and she has like wool stockings with like an ankle length skirt, a blouse that doesn't fit, it's like too big, like librarian glasses, her hair up in a bun, and like really no makeup and really small eyes, and a bunch of piercings.
Yeah, they have like a bad anime tattoo on their shoulder.
Yeah, and you do really basic like BDSM kink stuff.
Yeah,
and think that you're being really edgy. Yeah,
stuff. I hate.
Does that make sense?
I hate people like that so much.
Like, yeah, I'm a sexual Green Beret. You know.
Yeah.
And they think they're better than you.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
More, yeah, like they're like they're enjoying life more or something.
Just admit you're as miserable as the rest of us.
Because you can go to like a house somewhere with a bunch of other like 50, 60-year-old people, strangers, and like fuck them, and then you can come home and be like, I am fucking living this life to the fullest, you know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just chasing the dragon around, trying to scratch that itch that's just never quite there. Because what you're trying to find in an orgy is some kind of meaning, to fill that hole of your lacking identity because you're boring and uninteresting.
The thrill.
Yeah. So the thing that defines you as being different from everybody is because you ascribe to a bunch of very well-worn, kinks that aren't particularly interesting or new, you know? Like, take a guy like John.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I've said this once, I'll say it once, I'll say it again. John is the freakiest motherfucker I've ever met in my entire life, because he will come out with fantasies that you wouldn't even be able to conceive of. with just the information you have in this world.
Ripping a dick off with my ass.
Doing Kegels to prepare for that. Like, that's just the kind of shit that you're not gonna.
It's not something a normal person thinks of.
None of these people are gonna think of it, you know, because they're limited within their scope of like what is, you know, quote unquote perverted.
They're sheeple.
None of them really know how to spray clown.
I don't remember why I thought of it, but I've been stuck on it for 3 weeks. It's like
the Kegel.
If I train my ass to be the perfect ass.
100% control. It can be your best friend. It can be your worst enemy.
Yeah, because it really puts the control in a very sexually aggressive environment, like a prison, or like if you're a sailor or whatever. It puts you in full control because you get to control what goes in. You know, you get to have, nobody can penetrate you without there being consequences.
Some of the top MMA fighters have that control over their bodies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every square inch of their bodies has been trained. Some of these guys, they take ice baths, then they'll do a sauna, ice bath, sauna, back and forth. They're doing nootropics, kratom, all the stuff. The things they do, it's amazing.
I was thinking about going to the doctor and getting a colonoscopy, and I keep breaking the camera that they put in. Like they try to put it in, I just snap it in half and spit it out.
Yeah, the doctor looks at his nurse and he's like, "We're gonna need a better camera." There's cuts.
And the
doctor, you and the nurse are walking towards NASA.
It's like,
you know what I mean?
We might just need to get an X-ray.
Yeah. I think he puts it up there and he pulls it out and it's twisted into a pretzel.
I tied it into a cherry.
Yeah. All right, I think I gotta get going.